have received thousands of leaked messages from an official MrBeast work chat. I verified the legitimacy of these chats with multiple former employees, and let me tell you, they are absolutely insane.
It's John Smith linking Jimmy Donaldson's wiki feet and then saying, my feet are a 4.8 out of 5.
Oh, that's embarrassing. Mine are a 5 out of 5.
Oh.
Don't want to brag, but that's embarrassing.
I know. Another MrBeast video. I'm honestly so sick and tired talking about MrBeast, KSI, Lunchly, and if anything, right now, I wish I could be having a really wholesome experience playing the new Call of Duty Black Ops 6 campaign on veteran difficulty.
Ooh. Okay, Akimbo. No, not Akimbo. I'm sorry. Akimbo's awful. Dolphin dive. I did not mean to do that.
But this one is really important to talk about because apparently the FBI are now getting involved. So as of late July this year, MrBeast and his company have been involved in a lot of hot water, to say the least. They've been involved in a lot of controversy, and it only really seems to be getting bigger and more complicated as time goes on. Now, there are many moving parts here. There are a lot of seasons of the MrBeast courtroom drama, so I would not blame you if you forgot certain aspects. In late July this year, there were allegations, very serious ones, levied against Ava Chris Tyson, who's a very close friend of MrBeast at the time and also an employee. I've already talked about what those allegations are at great length, and I'd also like to keep the video under 3 hours. But basically, Ava came out with a tweet saying that she's leaving the company, they're ending it amicably, only for MrBeast to shortly come out afterwards saying, no, you're being booted off, and also you're being investigated. And very shortly after that, an ex-MrBeast employee had a YouTube channel called Dogpack404 where he uploaded a lot of expose videos on MrBeast, his management, his company. There are a lot of allegations in the first video, like for example talking about faking and rigging challenges, entire videos, running illegal lotteries, targeting kids with these business practices, and also selling fake autographed merch.
Also, using archive.org, we can see what the website looked like on the day of the stream, and while there's no mention of any sweepstakes whatsoever, it does say this limited tee signed by MrBeast and crew, but the description says it's signed by a member of the MrBeast crew, and it doesn't say anywhere that other members will sign MB, deceiving people into believing it was signed by MrBeast. So here's a clip of Tyler using MrBeast's signature. So Tyler signs MB, which is MrBeast's signature. Then he covers it, signs his own initials, TC, smirks, looks around, and then quickly slides the shirt away.
Now, there are a lot of people in the background who don't like MrBeast. You know, they might make like a little jab about him on Twitter or in the private group chat, say that they don't like his content, but this was the first example of a huge expose made on him that got tens of millions of views, and at the time, and still is, a really huge deal, to the point that news outlets actually started to report on it. Not just like commentary slop channels, but actual news outlets. There were companies like Metro, Sports Illustrated, and of course, the most reliable journalistic source of integrity, Know Your Meme. And for whatever reason, that exposed video actually has its own IMDb page as well. To be fair, apparently I have my own IMDb page as well, and also the Huck Tour podcast has its own IMDb page as well. And for a brief time, ironically, it was actually voted higher than the entirety of Breaking Bad. So at the end of August, Dogpack would release 2 more videos. And as of recording, these 3 videos are the only videos on that channel right now. Now, one thing I do find really bizarre about these videos, I'm not sure whether it's like a YouTube algorithm thing or the fact that the news cycle is just so quick, people forget about things after like a day they come out. But if you look at the Dogpack videos, the first video, 15 million, that is insane. And then the second video, 12 million views. That is still insane numbers. But then the third one only has around 3 million views. That is like a good 70% drop off. Like, again, I know everyone's got ADHD. The way the news cycle works, people forget things like as soon as they, I mean, people watching this slop video, you'll probably forget half the things that I've said after this video. But even taking that into consideration, that is a insane drop off in views. Now, in Dogpack's second video, he talks more about the mistreatment of employees and contestants within the MrBeast company. Now, Dogpack throughout this video is interviewing Jake Weddle, who's also a comedian as well. And I would also like to specify, sometime after this Dogpack video came out, MrBeast on his Twitter account, or someone on his Twitter account, reached out to Jake, basically apologizing for what he went through, saying it obviously affected him, and offering him a cash sum of money. In the same video as well, they also talk about someone called Delaware, who is an alleged sex offender that MrBeast actually hired at one point, even after allegedly knowing his past convictions.
But when I was there, they called him Delaware. It's like, why do you call him Delaware? I didn't know. Apparently, they called him Delaware because he's not allowed to go back to Delaware. That's his nickname? Colloquially? Like, you know, yeah, it's Delaware. Don't ask him why, you know?
And then the third video, which, like I mentioned earlier, has a lot less traction than the previous videos, that talks about alleged predators, sex offenders, and abusers that MrBeast had let into his company. Again, all allegedly. And apparently as well, this sort of like boys club mentality within the workplace. Now, I do want to say I am glossing over a lot of what was brought up in these videos, a lot of the topics, because again, if I were to explain everything that happened within these videos, this video would probably end up being longer than Darkwood. I'm just trying to give like a little brief summary because obviously jumping into what's happening right now, it wouldn't really make a lot of sense to some people that haven't been caught up on the entire Beast allegation universe. Again, I'm sure many of you already know this. Many of you are already caught up, but like I've said earlier, the internet highway, it moves incredibly quickly, especially when you go into places like TikTok and you'll just see like 7 news stories all happening like on the same day. So in the description of his last video, Dogpack basically said that he was waiting for MrBeast to address the allegations himself before dropping another video. Now, so far, MrBeast hasn't said anything himself, at least publicly. Mostly, he just went on with the launch of his product with KSI and Logan Paul. Lunchly, as we know, I have done, let's say a couple videos talking about it. Now, there definitely was a very bizarre stalemate situation here. Ludwig basically said on a video that he talked to MrBeast personally and Jimmy was going to respond to these allegations when Dogpack released all of his videos. He was basically just waiting for Dogpack to fire all of his rounds, probably so he wasn't caught in like kind of a gotcha moment. So again, it's this awkward stalemate. MrBeast didn't really directly address it. He just went on to continue uploading as usual. Although I do want to point out there are some news articles at the minute that are basically saying that the allegations have actually affected his brand to the point that he's actually getting less views per video on average than he did before the allegations. And I know you're sick of it. I have done an insane amount of Lunchly videos, but the reason why I'm bringing it up is because when MrBeast announced the launch of Lunchly, which was basically a collab between Feastables, his chocolate bar, and Prime, the drink, and then some food mixed between, people that probably forgot about the MrBeast drama were actually reminded, wait, doesn't this guy have allegations that he didn't actually address yet? What's up with that? And that's one of the reasons why I think personally Lunchly got a lot of hate. It would have definitely been criticized anyway as a cash grab, but it was definitely supercharged because a lot of people were reminded because of him launching a brand that MrBeast exists, and also he has current allegations that have gone unaddressed. And probably as well on top of that, the fact that it was tied in with Logan Paul. Oh god, I'm tired. Now, I can talk about the whole Dan TDM thing with Lunchly for the 50 billionth time. I'm not going to bother. I'll just show it on screen. You've already seen it. But one YouTuber in particular who was definitely talking about this a lot was Rosanna Pansino. So if you don't know who Rosanna is, she's a YouTube veteran. She's been on the platform for an incredibly long time. I thought I was an old head for doing YouTube like 6-7 years, but some of her videos go back like 10 to 12 years. If you sort by her most popular videos, you can see that 10 years ago, she was getting sometimes hundreds of millions of views. It was basically like kind of cake food craft kind of content, making a cake look like Elsa from Frozen. Now, to clarify, Rosanna is not a drama channel. She's not a commentary channel. She was originally known for making pretty wholesome, uplifting content. But despite that, she still became one of like the most outspoken critics against MrBeast and his company. Now, for context here, Rosanna did actually participate in a MrBeast video. It was a hide and seek challenge. Now, Rosanna originally in the video ended up coming 3rd place. But despite coming in that place, she was actually swapped out in post with another creator. Now, after that, she was already talking about how it was incredibly unfair that she was swapped out last minute. But what I think has happened is behind the scenes, a lot of people have reached out to her privately, basically saying, okay, I've had problems with MrBeast, I've had problems with this company, and she's using basically her huge platform to voice other people's concerns. And this all culminated when, like I said at the start, she's reaching out to the FBI regarding MrBeast, which for me is crazy because with like YouTube drama and allegations and stuff, the most that happens is you get a video made on you or you get like a copyright claim or something. But going to the FBI, I genuinely don't think that has ever happened before. So Rosanna has made a lot of videos being critical of MrBeast, like for example, Lunchly found some mold in it, and so did a lot of other creators as well. But more recently, she's uploaded a video going over with Dogpack404, who also made the MrBeast Exposed videos, going over an alleged Telegram group chat, a work group chat between MrBeast and his employees. This chat also includes Ava Tyson, who obviously doesn't work with the MrBeast company anymore for very obvious reasons. Now, there are a lot of edgy jokes in this group chat. There's a lot of sexual jokes as well. I do want to say, by the way, at the end of this video, I'm going to go over the video itself in much greater detail. But again, now, just for context, I'm giving like the Spark Notes version of everything. Now, Rosanna's main criticism is this is a work group chat, and these conversations were inappropriate and unprofessional, especially when the target audience of MrBeast content is children. Dogpack and her also go over a Minecraft video that he did, where he played with a 16-year-old making like suggestive comments and jokes.
You can also get a 50-gallon drum of lube.
Did he just say a 50-gallon drum of lube?
Yeah.
That's like P. Diddy level. This reminds me of P. Diddy where they found all the baby oil. So he's making lube jokes with like a 16-year-old. That's not appropriate anywhere, but that's definitely not appropriate in the workplace.
So the TLDR, which I'll go over later in the video, is there were really inappropriate conversations in a private work chat. But more importantly, there were some pretty telling images of Ava as well, like the way that she was behaving in the chat, which on their own would have definitely been weird and questionable, but I think it's more the fact that we already know what she's been exposed for, and then this on top of that, it really just kind of portrays the kind of character that she was. And as we know, Rosanna, who was sent these by an apparent MrBeast insider, has taken all of these conversations from this group chat and forwarded it to the FBI. Now, will the FBI actually do anything? I'll be honest, probably not. I would be very, very surprised if they actually took action against this. I mean, MrBeast is a big name. He's a household name. But I think with the way how law enforcement works, I don't think any action would be taken. That's me personally. I could be completely proven wrong and they actually do look into it. And then MrBeast in court will probably just say, Your Honor, my defense, the boys group chat got leaked. Now, there is one very small point in that video which a lot of people have brought up. So about 5 minutes into the video, Dogpack alleges that Ava sends a pretty sexual, partially nude photo of what is supposed to be a 13-year-old girl.
So Ava Tyson sends a photo of a young-looking girl in a sheer top.
And then he also backs that up with an actual screenshot. And then below that, you can see Ava herself saying that she believes that this is a 13-year-old girl.
So this photo is allegedly of Ivanka Trump when she was 13. Ava thought that this was possibly a 13-year-old, and she's posting it in a work chat. And then I've done a reverse image search, and I mean, it seems plausible that it is.
Now, one thing I do want to point out in this first is you'll notice the blur around it, how it appears like before the image actually appears. They did censor this image out in the video, but they didn't like censor it out enough. So they've then actually had to use the YouTube studio to go ahead and censor the entire thing out. And in that screenshot, Ava is basically alleging that this is a 13-year-old girl and it is Ivanka Trump. Now, Dogpack says in the video it could be Ivanka, and he thinks that there's a resemblance, but obviously he's not sure and he can't actually 100% confirm that.
A lot of people on the internet are labeling this picture as Ivanka Trump. I can't find any definitive proof that it is, but
It looks like her.
It does look like her.
Whether it is or not, he obviously criticizes Ava for sending an image like that in a work chat, you know, under the impression that it was an explicit photo of a 13-year-old.
Yeah, it looks bad. And I can't confirm or deny if it is. I mean, it seems plausible to me, but either way, like having Ava Tyson saying, oh, this photo is allegedly Ivanka Trump when she's 13, and it's clearly sexually explicit. You can, you know, she's wearing a see-through top.
I'm just not really sure why you would share an image like that at all, specifically in a work chat as well. But there was actually a clarification. Shortly after this video went out, Dogpack actually ended up putting a tweet out. Now, he does say that he looked it up and he found out that this image was Ivanka Trump, but she wasn't 13. She was actually 18, and it was taken for a British GQ magazine shoot. This photo shoot happened all the way back in April 2000. So she was an adult, and basically everything was above board. The reason why it was so hard to find this image is because it was an old image, not that it was an illegal image. So obviously Dogpack was criticized for like even implying that it was a 13-year-old. I mean, to be fair, in that tweet, he basically did a massive self-report. You know, he didn't try to like double down or anything like that. Now, in the tweet, he did defend himself because he said that in the video, he never actually said explicitly that Ava was sending images of a 13-year-old. You know, he was still saying that it could be Ivanka, not it is Ivanka. Now, this leaves Dogpack in a very awkward situation because what's happened now is possibly he could be open to a libel lawsuit. And I think at the minute, Rosanna and Dogpack have a lot of backing behind them. There are a lot of people that don't like MrBeast. But I also think at the same time, if they make one single mistake or one single error, that can then be used to try to, you know, tear apart any allegations they've had so far. And people were also quick to point out that Dogpack has made an error in the past as well. There was a specific person he talked about at one point called James Warren, who he alleges that had a past charge of domestic violence. Shortly after these accusations, he actually walked back these claims. That was a tweet all the way back on the 5th of September. The charges are real, but they apparently belong to an entirely different James Warren. But at the time, he claimed that they belonged to the James that worked at the MrBeast company because of all the jokes people would make about him around the workplace. Now, this isn't a video to attack Dogpack or try to, like, you know, debase him or anything, but I do think if you're going up against like a titan of a YouTuber with allegations, you need to make sure that every single allegation you have is completely watertight, because if one of them isn't, they will definitely use that against you as a counterpoint. Now, this is obviously an ongoing situation. I have no idea what's going to happen next. I'm not sure if the FBI are actually going to get involved or not. Obviously, Rosanna is still continuing to make videos on MrBeast. Between Dogpack and MrBeast, there is, like I said earlier, a little bit of a stalemate there. I'm not sure if MrBeast is going to address anything. He might do it in a video. He might do it in a tweet, or, you know, imagine MrBeast doing a response to a twit longer. It's obviously a weird situation because you've got Dogpack, who is one person, going up against MrBeast, this entire company. And then MrBeast, who is the head of his company, also any choice that he makes will heavily impact his company. It could affect the employees, you know, people like on the board, the MrBeast chair board, if there is one. I think the only way I can really round off this video is by doing like a little summary of my stream, basically reacting to the Rosanna and Dogpack video, going over this group chat, because again, it is just such an ongoing situation. I'm really not sure how to round off this video. Rosanna Pansino has reported Mr. Breast to the FBI over allegedly leaked group chats between his co-workers. His group chats include racial slurs, inappropriate jokes about minors, and other explicit material. The messages from Telegram. Why are you using Telegram? The only people that use Telegram are Russians and furries. Like, even I don't use Telegram. I mean, his views, I don't know if his views have taken much of a hit, because that's the real kryptonite. Like, if your views go down, it's over. Weird. 7 days exploring an underground city. Ooh, 80. Okay, am I cooked, or is 80 mil in 2 weeks for MrBeast bad? I just like that comparison though. Like 80, like saying 80 mil is bad, and then meanwhile, like Darkwood is only on like, what is it, on 4.2? Like, it's so crazy how like inflated, okay, wrong word, how distorted like the YouTube landscape is, saying that 80 million views is low. I don't even think kids enjoy the content. I don't know. It's like whenever I go around to like a family member's house and they've got like a really young niece or nephew or something like that, they're always on the iPad and they're usually watching MrBeast or like Coco Melon. And then you take the iPad off them. It's like, no, don't watch that. I saw this one guy. I went around to a mate's house and he had a friend, and the friend's kid was there who was like 6 years old. And she was on an iPad playing Roblox, which is like fairly normal as long as like, you know, the parents watching, right? Wait, no, she wasn't. Oh my God, yes, she was 6. Isn't it like 13 to use that game as well? Okay, wait, that's bad. But the point I was trying to make is like, as long as they're like parents are supervising, that's fine. But the real point I'm trying to make is she was playing Roblox on this iPad, but then she had a TikTok compilation playing on the top right of the screen, like Subway Surfers. And I was like, there is, bro, Gen Alpha is going to be the first generation where more people have attention deficit hyperactive disorder than don't. Like, this is going to be like engineered ADHD, man.
Also, I want to give you a quick trigger warning. Anti-Semitism, incest, and one message even allegedly contains a sexually explicit photo of a 13-year-old child. Again, this is a work chat. I'll be releasing many of these chat messages as I sort through them over the next few weeks, but today I'm just going to focus on showing that MrBeast.
It's so strange. It's content made entirely for attention. No lessons, no morals, or anything. It's just fine. Yeah, I think Drew Gooden made a very good video about like how everyone is like fighting for your attention now. He made a very good video on that. Yeah, I think everyone kind of gets that kind of like, oh, the boys group chat got leaked. But obviously, if it's a work chat as well, that's still like kind of...
allegedly supporting Shadman, an artist famous.
You know what? When you look me up on Google, the first result is me with a guy dressed up as Shadman. Like, are you actually joking me? Also, fatty alert. What the hell is that? Got a car tire there. Jesus. I like how people ran with it like it actually was him as well. Like, yeah, no, I definitely met up with him like 7 years ago. Could you imagine though, like how normalized it was that people actually cosplayed as him as well? Oh, that era of YouTube was so different. Nice fupa. Okay. I was a little bit chubby, bro. It's not a fupa.
Ava was also accused of grooming a minor that she met through MrBeast. In July, MrBeast released the following statement. Over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations.
This is old. Oh yeah, back in July. I'm almost positive Ava was seen in a video with a mask on. I keep hearing that rumor, eh? Like, I saw it on TikTok, but the problem is everyone on TikTok even thought it was a reach. I saw like one TikTok of it that had like 5K likes, which isn't a lot. And then all the comments were like, nah, you're reaching. Because whoever it was didn't even have the same like body shape. But I swear, like, okay, not to be the breast advocate here, but like, could you imagine how stupid he'd be to have someone that like got accused of all of this and still having them in videos in some form, like in the background, like even on site? That is the stupidest thing you could ever do. I don't think he's that stupid. I genuinely don't.
This statement received significant backlash because people thought MrBeast's claim of only
One guy in chat called me a glazer. It's like the one time I'm like, okay, that's maybe not the truth. And instantly get called a glazer.
I personally don't even think he wrote that statement. I think it was put out by his spokesperson or publicist.
I did talk about this as well. I noticed that when Rosanna did the video talking about the lunchly that had mold in it, they put out like a statement, or they put out a statement by, no, I think Dexerto or some news company, they contacted an insider on the MrBeast team. And then they basically said, what did they say? Cite the source or something? They're basically making it out that Rosanna was like a really unreliable narrator. And it's like, oh, she's just a rentoid, like just ignore her. Like, I definitely think that Rosanna has a grudge against MrBeast, definitely. Like, I mean, kind of justified to be fair, but at the same time, like, it's not like she put the mold in there. And then as well, there's been other streamers and other creators that have also found mold in Lunchly. So it's not like, if Rosanna was the only example, it's like, okay, I mean, maybe. But there's been so many people that have found mold since. And then they just joked about it on the podcast. You just had like Logan Paul saying, I like my cheese moldy, bro.
Shadman poster hanging up in his house in the living room, like as a centerpiece.
It's the fact that he's looking at it as well. Like, it's just the most awfully timed photo imaginable.
And it remained in his house after Ava moved out. You can see it in this video. On top of that, MrBeast was active on the Discord chats where Ava was accused of grooming minors.
Okay, so Ro's not going to know what a lot of this stuff is, like Garfield vor art, so I'm going to walk her through some of this stuff. First,
Garfield?
Yeah, Garfield. We're going to get to it. It's really fun.
Oh my gosh, that's one of my favorite comics.
Me too.
Garfield got ruined for me because people just keep tagging me in like art where Garfield is really inflated. Like that's the only thing I know about Garfield now.
That John Smith in these chat logs is MrBeast. We've had this confirmed
Look, you're already mentioning it, guys. I know the chat's on the delay and you're already mentioning it. Crazy.
by multiple former employees. He changed his name on Telegram at some point after. I'll just show some messages to show that John Smith is Jimmy. Here he's saying he got exposed after
I got exposed.
Keemstar called him a simp on Twitter. And then here he gets tagged as Jimmy by someone else.
Why is he called John Smith? Is that just like a bit that he was doing, or have they renamed him? If this is him, obviously.
Of course I knew that. Every time I text Keem about drama, he tells me to f off and that he's known for 23 hours.
I want to point out really quick, MrBeast and Keemstar are really close friends. They text, they talk all the time. You'll see them communicating and talking with each other.
They're best gambling friends. Here's another MrBeast chat where John Smith is asked what his
I keep hearing these rumors that MrBeast is like he made his money not from YouTube ad revenue but from gambling. I've heard that from like 3 different really big content creators now. Obviously, again, like I do want to say the source, my ass. Like I have no proof of that. It could be complete BS. But it's just crazy. Like anytime I bring up MrBeast, it's like, oh yeah, he got big from like professional gambling.
Ava Tyson tags Jimmy with a video showing a Tesla Model X Plaid, and then Jimmy, who drives, or John Smith, sorry.
One and the same. It's
John
like,
Smith
what?
said that wasn't me, haha.
Okay, I'm really worried there because I feel that this was censored in post in the YouTube studio, and I think it just flashed on stream for like an actual frame. So that wasn't even censored properly. I'm not going back to check, believe me.
This isn't a work chat.
So Ava Tyson sends a photo of a young-looking girl in a sheer top.
Ivanka Trump when she was 13.
Yeah, and the message reads, so this photo is allegedly of Ivanka Trump when she was 13. Ava thought
It's not actual nudity, right? Like even without the filter. Like there's no way they just put that in a YouTube video.
that this was possibly a 13-year-old, and she's posting it in a work chat. And then I've done a reverse image search, and I mean, it seems plausible that it is.
Why would you ever send somebody a picture of a 13-year-old topless?
A lot of people on the internet are labeling this picture as Ivanka Trump. I can't find any definitive proof that it is, but
That looks like her.
it does look like her. But like, yeah, it looks bad. And I can't confirm or deny if it is. I mean, it seems plausible to me, but either way, like having Ava Tyson saying, oh, this photo is allegedly Ivanka Trump when she's 13, and it's clearly sexually explicit. You can, you know, she's wearing a see-through top. That's insane.
That is wildly inappropriate and just insane for a company.
Yeah, there is the boys group chat, and then there's that. You know, like they're saying edgy stuff in private with the boys, and then there's that, which is like kind of. Would you not be worried about like? Surely, if you send something like that as well, if what they're saying is true, like, would it not just like automatically tip a filter. Like, I know like people use Telegram because of like deleted messages, but I hear like every week people getting arrested that are using Telegram.
I don't know if any of you guys...
Like, I got told by my mate who works in the police that, you know, like WhatsApp and stuff, how it's all encrypted. They can still read your messages. Like, it's not encrypted. Just means like, it means nothing, basically. It's just a fancy word to make you think what you're sending is more safe than what it actually is. Like, if you get flagged, law enforcement can get access to all your messages, everything you've sent.
Guys have not entered the workforce, don't do that. And as we go through these messages, I just want to remind everyone that Jimmy is in...
Insane group chat situation is insane. Yeah, if I did a PyroLive video, that's what I'd call it.
Also, here's the Department of Justice website. Citizen's Guide to U.S. Federal Law on CP.
Yeah, we're saying CP because YouTube, they flag you and all that stuff.
And I'll read this for you.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate it.
Images of CP are not protected under First Amendment rights and are illegal contraband under federal law.
I saw this news report actually talking about this. It came up on my TikTok and the Daily Mail, which is a garbage site for news, by the way. But there was a guy in Northern Ireland, and he was 26, and he got arrested for, like, he was basically harassing thousands of children, getting pictures of them and stuff that were, like, suggestive. He would pretend to LARP as a child, get pictures of them, and then he would use those pictures as blackmail. And one of these girls actually took their own life with, like, her dad's gun. And then months later, the dad got so depressed, he took his own life as well. And they found, like, let me see if I can find this story. It's awful. Like, there's not even any funnies here. Northern Irish man jailed for life after abusing. It was 70. My bad. It was 70, but they think there could be hundreds, but there's no way to prove it. It wasn't thousands, it was hundreds. So he'd pretend to be like a child. 183 charges. And he actually had to plead guilty to manslaughter because he basically led that girl to taking her own life. And then the dad obviously took his own life just because of like the pain he was going through. Like, this guy was doing it with people in America, New Zealand. He posed as a young girl to befriend other girls. You know, the crazy thing is as well, he only got 20 years. This guy's 26. He's younger than me. Like, he's only going to be middle-aged when he gets out. And then knowing the UK, he'll probably get out in like 12 years on good behavior. Yeah, that was an awful story, man. Yeah, the UK court system with like child sex crimes is just actually a joke. It's like you genuinely just get like a little slap on the wrist for it.
Agreed.
Let's see if Jimmy knew about Ava's concerning behavior. June of 2021, he sends a message of an anime called Higihiro. It says, "I bet Chris would love this show." Why?
What's this show about?
Well, it's interesting that you ask because the
I could just already tell. I can already tell, like, the girl's underage.
show is about a romantic relationship between a 26-year-old salaryman and a 17-year-old high school runaway. It's well known online to be a controversial anime. And this anime is based on even more explicit novels that go into the details of this romantic relationship between an adult and an
I like to imagine when you pay for Crunchyroll, there's like, you click on a certain anime and then you'll just immediately put on a watch list. It's like a honeypot.
Why specifically this anime out of all animes out there? I've heard there's a lot of different animes out there.
There is, and Ava is well versed in all of them. Here are some chat messages talking about we're all second-year high schoolers, and now we are having orgasms. This steak is so bomb.
So once again, referencing underage sexual situations.
Which is going to be a common theme through these
Alex still makes videos. Nah, he had a video made on him by Jay Aubrey.
messages.
Which is apparently very important for a work chat.
Again, sexually explicit meme about Violet from The Incredibles.
Oh no.
He also engaged with a meme on Twitter of Violet throwing her backpack, and he responded, "Low-key, she cute." And a reminder, Violet is a fictional character that's 14 years old.
I love The Incredibles. This is an adorable movie.
This is why you never thirst over any character on Twitter unless it's your own. So this person made this fan art, very nice fan art. I replied saying "holy," and that was it. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Because when you know it's your character, then it's like, okay, there is no ambiguity there at all.
That I watch with my nephews, and I agree she is cute, but I don't think Tyson is saying she's cute the way I'm thinking she's cute.
Well, here, I'll explain the meme to you.
This looks like, what's the rule on the internet where they take something and they turn it into
Rule
porn?
34.
This is Rule 34ing a cute little 14-year-old character.
Yeah.
What is the meme?
Do you get it?
I don't get it.
So it's imagining a 14-year-old with nipple piercings and a butt plug.
Normal.
What is Tyson and MrBeast doing at work?
Grouping minors in a Discord, apparently. There's another meme.
Messed up.
Posted by Ava. I didn't know she was 12. Tell it to the judge, bub. It's a Roblox meme. Here's another one from...
Why would you post that yourself? Why would you, after that as well, why would you... It's almost like self-awareness.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a
bad.
ton of Nazi symbols. One thing that really bothers
Thanks for pointing that out. I had no idea.
me is that when you look at the dates of these chats, this is when Jimmy was already mainstream. This is when his videos are getting millions of views. He's claiming to be like really family friendly. He's working with a lot of creators like myself.
This is a good point she brings up, though. I feel like a lot of creators, the more wholesome they are, the more degenerate they are, like in the background. Because that stuff is like the boys group chat being leaked. Obviously, the sexual stuff, no. That's really bad. That's really bad. But, you know, I feel like the more wholesome a creator is, the more edgy they're going to be behind the scenes. Because it's like, everyone's human, right? If they don't let that kind of like that edginess and that frustration, that anger out somewhere, they're going to implode. Like no one is that nice on camera and then that nice like in person. There's no way. They need to vent it out somewhere. Well, Pyro, you're really nice. I don't think so. I mean, I vent it out through commissioning art, so you're a wholesome creator. I would not say I'm a wholesome creator at all. I think I have a couple moments of like being genuine and stuff and like, you know, talking about like mental health and stuff like that, but like I would not say I'm a wholesome creator at all. Dude, all the videos I talk about on the main channel are like depressed people killing themselves. Like, I would not say I'm a wholesome creator. Thank you, GLaDOS, for the 5 months.
In person, and they're around kids. In my opinion, I'll just put it out there, I don't think Jimmy and his friends like this should be around women and children.
These Telegram chats are for employees only, but Ava was posting similar things in the Discord, and then the Discord got scrubbed. And it's like, what it's doing is like normalizing adults talking sexually to children. Even if it's like, oh, it's a joke. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you're still exposing sexual content to children. You're normalizing it to them, which is like the first step of grooming.
Cry of Fear was wholesome. The good ending in Cry of Fear is he guns down 2 policemen to stop him from like killing his girlfriend, his doctor, and then himself. So I don't know about that.
I really don't like the Nazi symbols. That really bothers me too, because my grandfather, he was a Marine and he fought against Nazis. I just hate it. Taking cute little games and then making them all hateful.
You're gonna have a bad day today. Here's another message from Ava Tyson, where she posts a screenshot of a similar female creator, and it's a slip saying, Olinity is still not banned.
Very crucial to the work.
Alinity has done so many things. It's actually crazy. I still remember the throwing the cat situation.
Anime figurine called Raphtalia. Now, what's interesting about this character, it seems like it's technically a 10-year-old, but her body morphs. So there's like an adult version and a child version, but she's always mentally a child.
Is this her first time using the internet? Oh, I was going to comment on it, but you need to keep in mind that she's from a different, like, part of the internet, not the kind of edgy part. Like, you know, like she's known for making cakes and stuff. It's a completely different, you can't think that the part of the internet that you're from, therefore applies to everyone else, like every other aspect of the internet.
Lolly stuff, I guess. Here's a message from Jimmy himself. I guess it's a meme of a fake video saying, I filled my brother's house with cum and bought him a new one.
Oh, gross.
Did he make that joke?
I guess it's a meme of a fake video saying, I filled my brother's house with cum and bought him.
Okay. MrBeast actually self-aware? That's him. Okay. That makes me think that isn't him. There's no way he's making a self-aware joke.
My new one.
Oh, gross. Hey, at least we're not talking about children for once, but I think maybe if you know you have a child.
Fill that out.
I guess that's why he's called MrBeast.
That one's actually funny,
By the
though.
way,
Audience, and you're being invited to like the Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards because of your large.
God. Okay, I know it's not relevant.
Because of your large child. Being invited to like the Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards.
I know it's not relevant, but God, Chris, what are you wearing, bro? This reminds me, I played this on stream before, but it reminds me of that speech Young Lean gave where it's like, just because you wear like Gucci and Burberry and that doesn't mean you know how to dress. You can splash loads of money on like how to dress, but it doesn't mean you're gonna look good. Mr. Breast literally looks better, and he's just wearing like a black... Oh, yeah, the overdress in there is crazy. To be fair, Burberry is so hard to pull off though, man. I got like a Burberry coat, and I never wear it because I look like two children stacked on top of each other trying to get into a cinema.
Words because of your large child audience, maybe knowing that this kind of stuff is not appropriate and gross.
My issue with this is that an anonymous MrBeast employee told Soggy Cereal that I was being creepy because I suggested a video for breast cancer awareness about buying 1,000 boobs. Which, like, maybe not the most professional way to phrase it, you know, it's a little clickbaity or whatever, but like the actual video is supposed to be paying for vasectomies and cosmetic surgeries for breast cancer survivors.
That's amazing. That's wonderful. They're calling you creepy because of that? Well,
how did she get the receipts? She said at the beginning of the video that she was sent it by like a source, like an insider.
This video, he shows a message from an anonymous employee saying that stuff that creeped out coworkers.
okay, heavily disagree.
I wanted to do actual philanthropy. My manager wanted to do, you know, we saved the village from a tsunami. Whoa.
And it's just them off camera with a hose. What I think is great.
I'm not saying this about MrBeast manager because I don't know him, but like some managers for big YouTubers can be absolutely psychotic. Like whenever a YouTuber makes a really dumb decision, there's a chance that it's the manager that's had a hand to play in it, because some of these like LA types, they are psychos, because obviously they're not a personality, they're not a face, that's removed for them. So all they see is analytics. It's like, we need more views. We need more money. We need it now.
The world, if there was more Garfield Vor art. Have you heard of Vor?
No, that sounds like it's from the future.
I don't want chat saying a thing right now. I don't want chat saying a thing.
Maybe. It's like that you watch where people are eating each other or something, or like illustrated. I don't know. Hold on, we have the definition here. Let me just read the definition straight from dictionary.com. It's a fetish.
Imagine he just self-reported too much, like he knew exactly what it was. And it's like, oh, let me play dumb for a second. Okay, chat, I get it, okay? I get it. I'm not standing up. I get it.
We're like, we don't kink shame some of that fun, weird stuff, you know, but I feel like this
Okay, I actually respect Rosanna a lot more now. She doesn't kink shame.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Eating people, that's cannibal stuff. Why?
Joker taking a long drag of the cigarette. You wouldn't get it.
Greedy cummies.
What does cummies mean? Is that just cum?
Oh, you think it's
Yeah.
No.
Oh. Age.
Emission of semen or female?
None of my friends do that, by the way. Just let you know, we talk a lot at brunch and that's never come up. Oh my gosh,
What?
it's just
Sex offenders, sex midfielders, and sex defenders.
and a sex goal.
Why would you post this stuff, man? Like, what are you doing?
Discord, and she's posting about children referencing sexually explicit topics.
I just don't know why you would do it in a work chat as well to begin with, and then just not understand that this could all be leaked and used against you. Like, there is no sense of professionalism at all. You know, because you could chalk a lot of it up to like being, okay, it's the boys group chat. Oh my God, they posted the Austrian painter. Oh my God. But then there is like the, you know, the anime stuff, the Violet stuff like that. And then it's like, okay, this is pretty fucking bad. And it's like, you know, one instance is like, oh, that's pretty bad. But it's like that pattern of behavior, right? Like with the Shadman art on the wall and stuff. Like, yeah, it's inexcusable.
Circle, because
I do wonder genuinely like what will happen to Ava now. Like, she can never show her face on the internet again, ever. There's no way you can come back from something like this, I feel. Unless you did the whole response of like, oh, I was young, I was stupid, because these messages, like, some of them are like 4 years old. But even then, it's like, eh.
A MrBeast giveaway. The giveaway was also a knife, which is bizarre because he was, what, 13 at the time?
that is so dangerous. That knife.
I had so many of those, like, elemental knives as a kid. I kept trying to get, like, a butterfly knife in the UK, and it kept being stopped at customs, because you can't have any, like, concealable knives.
People in the Discord saying, I did not expect to see memes and hentai. I should have expected hentai, knowing Beast likes Shadman. Like,
That's awful. I remember when the MrBeast chat or the MrBeast server was leaked, there was someone in, you know, like all those messages that got leaked, there was someone that mentioned in the chat, we've got the real pyrocynical here. And I looked at that message and I was like, what the fuck are you on about? I've never been in that server in my entire life. And I'm not sure whether it was some guy that was like impersonating me or something, you know, like the average British person that does like a deep voice and it's like, hey guys, it's me, pyrocynical. Yeah, that was whiplash seeing that message.
true. I mean, to be honest, the internet's full of porn anyway. So like me posting more memes to children doesn't really make a difference. Chris goes on to say, what am I, a parent?
Tyson is a parent now. I mean, not then, but is now.
Immense the cleansing of the Discord, where they got rid of most of the inappropriate stuff. Here in videos when he was 16, still a minor.
But like me personally, I refuse to employ anyone that's under 18. I think that's just like bad work practice.
Okay, so you didn't know what dick flattening was. You didn't know what Garfield
No.
4 art is.
No, I've
but
learned a lot today.
You must know what drag.
Off topic, but her tea set is what? What? Okay, wait a minute. I need to process that.
I've learned a lot today.
You must know what Dragon's fucking cars is.
Oh, dragons fucking cars. I've heard about that. I think Critical made a video on that like years ago. Like that even to me, that is something so ridiculous. It cannot be a kink, right? I feel like stuff like that, it's such a specific kink that it's obviously only like 5 people that are into it. Like, okay, here's a good example, right? Here's a good example. I have seen someone multiple times when I commission art, and then I see art that this artist has done. I go through their profile. There's this one guy, and I think he's the only person in the world to have this kink. It's a robot that's really fat, and it's like malfunctioning. It's like breaking down. Like you'll have like an Assaultron or something, and it's like bent over and it's fat, and it's like all the sparks are coming out from its back. And I think the turn on is like it's malfunctioning. I don't really understand it, but it's so obvious that there's only one guy on earth with that kink, and he's going around commissioning all these artists to fulfill his kink. No, it's not me. I don't understand the malfunctioning part. That doesn't make any sense. It's not me.
This is the hardest message to read from Ava Tyson in these messages.
That's not a good picture.
Oh my gosh, being your little brother would be
Oh god, it's 4chan. It's over.
so fucking hot. I'd hold my ear to your door at the odd hours of the night, hoping and praying to catch the soft moans of my little naughty sister. I would creep my eye to the under door crack and watch the shadows of you move.
It's a blue board post as well. How is he not banned by a mod for that?
My small teeny boy penis, and afterwards I'll masturbate furiously to those as a fond memory.
Very normal, very normal, very
How
normal.
the hell could Jimmy say he doesn't know?
That's not even something that's like, that's so bad it's funny. That's just, it's just awful. Rosanna files FBI report. What did she do? Did she just go on that like tipping website where they don't do anything? I've reported what I found and my concerns to the authorities at FBI. Hopefully they will look into these MrBeast Telegram company chat logs and other concerns. She did not provide specific details about the content of the alleged chat logs, leaving many followers speculating about the nature of the issues involved. The FBI has not confirmed any specific investigation or response to Pansino's report. However, her call for an investigation reflects growing awareness of responsibility among high-profile content creators. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for MrBeast, man. It's not looking good.